I'm finding at the end when I'm cleaning up my palette, I'm usually kind of lifting off the colors that I've dabbed into another
Yeah.
color. Am I doing that wrong, or is there?
No, that's what I do. So there's going to be some transfer, but if you have enough squeezed out, it the transfer
Yeah.
back and forth is minimal, and it shouldn't affect it. But at the end of painting, I will tend to come in and lift out a few little corners of that transferred color. But you got to squeeze out enough pigment, which is probably, I usually say about a pinky knuckles length. Yeah. And when I do this, stack these colors right on top of each other. So there it is. There's the raw umber right there on top. And then I'll grab my alizarin crimson. It's on top, and then my ultramarine blue. They're all on top of each other. And then I do an S. That's about the maximum amount of mixing that I will do. And you will see in this palette the bands. This is what I want to see. I want to see the bands of color there. You can see all three colors there. That's about it. If I can't see those three bands of color, then I might just rinse out my brush and come back for more. And then I'll scoop this water, and you'll notice that my brush is horizontal. I scoop it like it's a spoon, and I come up. I don't tap it because I want to keep the water in the brush. That's a real hard thing for some people not to do, to tap. Then I pick up the rest of it, and you should see, and I go from the front to the back of my brush, front side of the brush and the back side. And you'll see the bands of separate color there, the red, the blue, and a little bit of the yellow. And I tend not to go over those to try to make them mix. I let the water do that. And you should get a bead of water forming down here at the bottom. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for that bead of water. And then I don't pick up this color again. This color is already over mixed. I rinse out my brush, tap it against the sides, hit it against the sponge, and I start over. I grab they don't have to be in the same order. Don't even think about it. You just grab the three again, and I do an S. I spoon it up, pick it up, and then I continue down into that bead, but I don't go up here because that's already starting to dry. I'll get a bunch of flowering, but also I will overmix it. So you don't want to overmix on your palette, but you also don't want to overmix on your paper. So in art school, my paintings were like this. And I would look at other students, and especially the instructors' work, and their paintings would be like this. I go, I don't get it. Why is it that, and I look at their palettes, and it's the same exact palette, same colors, but it took me quite a while, and it was this overmixing. So I thought overmixing is, well, don't do 25 strokes in your palette. Don't do 4 over here. No, it's a very fine line. It's don't do any more than maybe 1 here or 2 at the most, and don't do more than 2 strokes here. It's like the minimal amount of strokes. 4 here and 4 here would probably be too much. All right, but here's also that key. Do you see that bead of water at the bottom? That's what you want. That's what you get to get that beautiful granulated look. Board is at an angle, and this has to run down. If you're worried about this water dripping down and getting on the floor, then put a towel here or something. But you should not be distracted by trying to keep everything from being a mess.